Hello everyone, this is meteorologist Ryan Willis and you're joining us for our weekly weather briefing for Thursday, June 1st, 2023. The main message for this week's briefing will be that hurricane season has now officially started as of today, and the tropics have begun to get a little bit more active, and we'll talk about that in more detail. Locally, though, a relatively inactive weather pattern will remain in place over the week ahead, which will keep us mostly dry with only typical isolated shower and thunderstorm chances each day. Temperatures will be on the warmer side, warming to mainly above normal by this weekend and into early next week, with highs mainly from the upper 80s into the lower 90s. As I mentioned, hurricane season has officially begun and runs through November 30th. We're still very early in the season, which is typically quieter, with the peak for hurricane season in the Atlantic running from August to October. This year we have a developing El Nino, which should help to counterbalance warmer ocean temperatures. Thus, the official outlook this year is for a near normal season. However, it is always important to remember that even in a quiet season, it only takes one storm to have significant impacts, so always remain prepared through the balance of the hurricane season. While it is very early in the season, we do have a bit of activity getting going in the eastern Gulf of Mexico. At this point, the Hurricane Center does have a 50% formation chance over the next several days in the eastern Gulf. Regardless of any development, the expected motion of this system slowly towards the south should keep any local impacts from occurring. However, heavy rainfall could occur over portions of the Florida Peninsula over the next several days. If we do get a named storm, it would be Arlene for the first named storm this season. And you can see the rest of the names this year on the right. Alright, shifting gears back towards local conditions. As of early afternoon, you can see mainly just scattered clouds across the local area, with most precipitation focused in association with the disturbance in the eastern Gulf of Mexico to our south. For today, highs will run mainly near normal, mostly in the 80s, with rain chances largely focused in the North Georgia mountains, where isolated to scattered activity is possible mainly this afternoon into this evening. For the rest of us, dry conditions will prevail. You'll notice very similar forecast trends on Friday, with temperatures warming a couple more degrees and rain chances largely focused in the North Georgia mountains again. The most significant change by Saturday will be temperatures warming even further, largely into the lower 90s for many of us. Rain chances again will be on the low side, mainly focused to isolated activity in the far southeast for Saturday afternoon. Summer-like temperatures will continue into Sunday, with highs mainly in the upper 80s and lower 90s. Again, only isolated afternoon showers and thunderstorms are expected across the area. With no significant focus for any more widespread rainfall over the next several days, widespread significant rainfall totals are not expected. The higher totals will be favored over the North Georgia mountains, where coverage will be slightly higher over the next several days, with localized amounts near or even over 1 inch possible, particularly in association with any heavier isolated thunderstorms. However, outside of this activity, things will remain mostly dry over the next week or so. All right, so again, right on cue with the hurricane season beginning today, the tropics have begun to get a little bit more active, particularly in the eastern Gulf of Mexico. However, this does not translate into any particularly active conditions for us locally, with mostly dry conditions prevailing through the next several days and only isolated shower and thunderstorm chances each day in the afternoon and evening for portions of the area. Temperatures will be on a warming trend, with slightly above normal temperatures expected by the weekend, with highs mostly from the upper 80s into the lower 90s. Thanks again for joining us for this week's briefing, and we hope you have a good week ahead.